Hello, and welcome back to Coffee Talk. Excuse me, I'm still putting my ear monitors in. What is up? Good rising. We are in the second month of the 26th year of the 21st century. So, or so the Gregorian calendar tells us. I'm standing up. I might sit down at first because this is not really the right height that I need. So let me just, let's see. And I'll stand it up whenever I'm done. Anyway, good morning, Mandy. Let's see. Tommy's already posting links in here. What do you say? Something about buying flat Earth, buying what? Globe Earth proof, or what is it now? What did I see there? Oh, my chat updated and I lost it. Darn it. Yeah. Oh, they're buying globe proof. Good morning. I wouldn't be awake yet, but an earthquake woke me up. Oh my gosh, Sue Finelli. By the way, good audio. I was just about to say, Artez, that I did not at all mess around with my audio after my stream last Moonday because when I get off the stream, I go downstairs. I usually eat because I haven't eaten yet. And blah, blah, blah. So and I just end up making myself kind of busy. So I don't really do much for the rest of the day on the computer. But the next day I woke up and my back went out. I had a very bad, my back. I think I'm pretty sure that I reignited an old back injury when I was walking the dogs when I had Maya on a leash, and she wants to run and she's so strong and she's pulling me along these trails, and I caught a tree stump with my right foot and it made me trip, and I didn't fall, but it jolted me, and that is like the side that I have the old back injury on is my right side. And so I'm pretty sure that it just agitated that, and then, anyway, my back ended up I had a back spasm, and then I couldn't even walk for 2 days. So, I literally haven't barely been upstairs at all since last week because I was in pain and I was like not doing anything, and there was a snowstorm, and so luckily school was canceled all week for my teenagers, so they were here to help me with the dogs, and they did stuff. They were able to feed the animals and blah 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 and do all of that stuff, and they were very good about helping. But yeah, I have just barely been feeling better the past few days, and of course, well, what did I start doing? I just started cleaning my house again because this house doesn't clean itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm okay now. No chipmunk, a little bit of volume swelling up and down. That's why I'm saying, Billingtano, I never tried to address this. Let me see how that is. Maybe that will help. Let me know if that helps a little bit. I changed one setting. I'm only going to change one thing at a time, and maybe after a while we'll figure it out. Cinnamon rolls look real good. Oh, thank you, Tony. I actually made 2 batches of cinnamon rolls Yeah, it does suck. Dude, back when your back goes out, it's the worst, right? That's like the worst pain ever. But I iced it, I stretched it. My wonderful children took care of me. Oh, the cat's running around up here, and so did Ted. Um, so I'm okay now. Yeah, sounds the same. Okay. Artez, Southern Belle, Billingtano, Black Sabbath. Ooh, Fe is dead. Why would you say something so ridiculous, Black Sabbath? What do you mean Fe is dead? You mean because Jaren went retarded? Because Jarenism is a baller now? XFE current retard? I hardly think that's worth saying that Fe is dead, but my P900. You dipshit. The Mandy Effect. Good to see you. Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures. Tommy Tell the Truth. Awoken. Good to see you. Fathead. Fathead. I need to play your video. Hold on one second. See, that was one thing. I meant to come up here and I meant to add, let's see. Add media file. News source. Jamming the Plane 6, right? Hold on. I'm going to do this right now. Let's see if I can do this without screwing things up. Find my file. It should be in downloads. No? Let's see. Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, I had a really rough week. I didn't fix shit. And I was even wanting to do a bitches brew this weekend, but it just didn't happen because of all that. So um I'm going to have to reschedule. Let's see, save as. I'm gonna call it Jam in the Plane instead of this weird number that it wants to give me because I'll never know what that is. Saving into Coffee Talk. Save. Now back to Streamlabs. Browse. Sorry, you guys. You understand. You understand how it is when you're a one-woman show. When you're a one-woman show, this is how it be going. Sometimes. Oh, is it still downloading? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. All right. Need to get Nate on there too. I haven't talked to Nate in a while. I'm sure he's busy. He's got a hustle going. He needs to hustle and get his. He's busy. He doesn't need to be worried about my stream sound. Hi, Toranosuke Ito. The egg sandwich was mine. Ted doesn't really do the egg sandwich thing. It's Bitcoin winter. Every 3 to 4 years it tanks but bounces back. It's definitely tanked. I saw that it was like 77 the other day. Wonder what it is now. Let's see. Did anybody look at the new Epstein dump? Is there anything worth a shit in there? I saw a couple of things, but it was like, nothing. I didn't see anybody getting arrested. So there's that. I saw that the Clintons ditched out on testifying. They were subpoenaed, and then they just didn't. They just decided they didn't go. Oh, look at the prices: 77795.77. That's a lot of sevens. At one point, it had to be. Well, it would have to go down some more to be 7777777. 7 sevens. Not just one. So yeah, 77.7. Bitcoin is 77. 3 lines through the eyebrows means you sold out 3 times. What? I don't know who has that. Both rappers I never liked are in the Epstein Files, Puff Daddy and Jay-Z. Yeah. I don't even know any Puff Daddy songs. I know some Jay-Z songs, but I don't really listen to rap. I'm just not that into rap. Hello, Joseph Osborne, Grand Rising. Let's see. I don't see anybody chatting on Rumble. Don't see anybody on Rockfin, but we're streaming over there, and maybe not people watching on X, but probably not, because I'm probably very uninteresting as far as things go over there. So appreciate you. Thank you, Redondo Rocket, and I appreciate you. I don't even pay attention to the Epstein stuff anymore because nothing ever happens over it. They're using it as a distraction at this point. I would agree with that at this point, yes. And also, it's all about sex trafficking. Everybody focuses on the sex trafficking part, and they don't focus on the transhumanism, medical experimentation part that was going on that's the real crap that was going on Epstein Island, him getting babies to experiment with and stuff, really creepy stuff that is, of course, what the whole sex trafficking and the pedophilia and underage, and all that stuff is bad enough, but there's a whole other layer underneath that's even fucking worse, and they don't even talk about it, and they're just focusing, and anyway, I thought it was interesting though that the Clintons ditched out, they got subpoenaed to testify, and they just didn't go. They were just no, we're just not gonna go, as if they're above the law, and they don't have to be held accountable, and they don't have to come forward and talk about what they know in regards to all this crap that's going on. A lot of satanic rituals he was doing. Worse than Aleister Crowley. Yeah, all that stuff is all tied to it though. It's really bad. Really bad. you know? Bagel or bread. Croissant was a nice touch. Well, my mom sent me some croissants. Okay, so I told my mom that my back went out and I couldn't really do anything. So it was like the break between storms there, and she sent me some stuff via Instacart. So I got like a rotisserie chicken. She sent me a bottle of Tylenol because I really don't have Tylenol. I don't really take Tylenol or do anything like that. I did take a couple of the Tylenol though because back pain is serious. So I did. Um, and then I used the chicken in dinners. I made 2 different dinners with the chicken. I was walking. Made it easy. So yeah. Two lines is only twice. One behind the curve documentary and TFE. He earned them lines. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about dipshit moron? I know that's very vague, but okay, raised by gypsies. Ivan, go back to your spinning ball. I know, like, what do you think you're gonna do here? You think you're gonna convince us all, like, oh, you're right, anonymous person in the YouTube chat, flat Earth is dead, Earth is a ball, I guess we can all just shut up and go home now. Like, just stop wasting your time. Get a life. Go do something useful, like plant some flowers, go plant a tree somewhere. Like, seriously, you're just wasting your time here. In the same way, like, I used to try to do, go out in public and try to talk to people about flat Earth and let them know, blah, blah, blah. People don't want to know the truth. They don't care. So I stopped doing that. And I certainly don't go around to other people's YouTube channels and be like, hey, did you know that Earth is flat? And start arguing with them and trying to take over their live chat to talk about flat Earth when they have no interest in it or they don't think it's real. Like, I just don't care. People can think whatever they want to think. If you have any interest in truth and you have any sort of objective search for truth, then this is where it will lead you. If you don't care and you want to be on a soggy space pair floating around, in an infinite vacuum, aliens, whatever random chaos bullshit you want to believe, fine. Go do it somewhere else. 33rd day of the year, so let's worship a groundhog. That's funny. I'm anti-Tylenol and now I don't get headaches as often. Well, yeah. Well, I never take Tylenol. Wild lettuce tincture? Did I leave you wild lettuce tincture? I don't know. I know I've heard wild lettuce is supposed to be really good for pain. I don't know. It's sickening and it's even more disturbing that it's more people still doing the same stuff he was doing and we don't even know who. All we know is he couldn't be the only one. And the government is protecting them. I mean, dude, a couple of months ago Trump was saying that the Epstein files was a Democratic hoax. So, and now we're getting another Epstein file dump. And who's implicated in the dump? A Democrat. So, how is it a Democratic hoax when Bill Clinton rides in Epstein's jet like 19 times or 16 times or whatever it was, going to international locations? There was one that I saw where it was like the passenger list on the jet was like so disgusting. It was like all the disgusting people. It was Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker. Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, and Chris Tucker. Y'all. Vomit. Because none of those people should be wanting to like hang out together and like go jet setting around the world together. Like, it's just weird. What the hell were they doing? I mean, we've all heard about Chris Tucker. Come on now. Does that guy even show his face around anymore? I don't even know. They are the law. We're in the 4th month by now. Well, we're not. We're only in the 6th month. Don't rush things, Ray. Some people are truly scared of the truth, especially with Effie, and figuring out that it's not a glow of the truth really makes them mad. Yeah. Pear Earth. Works on the opiate receptors for pain relief. Ibuprofen. That new video could be AI. Ritual season has begun. The superb owl is Sunday, and now SpaceX rocket has been scheduled for the same day. Did you see that they were already kicking the can down the road with the Artemis moon mission thing? What up, Mello? 26 times? He's a pig. Clinton is a pig. They just released files showing Elon trying to party with Epstein, but Elon said he never even met Epstein, and he denied going to his party, but he literally contacted him asking if he can come. Hi, Foxy Kitty Cat Meow Meow. Hello. Want to come up here with me? Hi, baby kitty. Tylenol is extremely toxic. If you exceed recommended doses, it's contributed heavily to my sister's death. I only took like a couple, and they weren't like the biggest ones, the big strong ones. They were like the smaller ones. They were the not so potent ones. Turns out the anonymous 4chan poster who claimed Epstein was transported out of prison the night before was an actual guard at the prison. Scrotal Xerox, how do you know that? What do y'all think the Epstein distraction is covering up? The technocratic takeover? The homosexual, fucking transhumanistic technocratic bro takeover? The psychopaths? The evil billionaires? That's what I think it's hiding. Love your mom, Karen. She's the best. Yes, I love my mommy too. Got some cool video of the trails with the drone after the ice storm. Yes, I do. I think that card is in the drone though, which is downstairs. I don't have that here. I guess that Bitcoin really paid off. Still 77,000, which when it started, there were people around who were mining Bitcoin when it was worth 50 cents, and they had a whole bunch. That's like Origin Bitcoin, and it's worth 77,000. So even though it went up to like 115 and it's down that much now, it's still $77,000 from 50 cents. So it's only bad if you bought higher than $77,000. Don't eat the Arwen Illuminati croissants. Is that a thing? What did I? How did I? I must have missed that. Hello, Douglas Palmer. Wild Eden says, "Good morning, beautiful people." Tried to link, but link was deleted in chat. Go ahead and try to post it now, Scrotal Xerox. Look at these files while we construct the literal matrix. The location for the Super Bowl is well known for satanic ritual, and halftime show will be in Spanish by a Bad Bunny. Where's the Super Bowl this year? I don't even know where it is. I haven't paid attention. I was too busy crawling around on the floor. And then once I could walk, I started vacuuming the floor because I saw how dirty it was when I was down there. So I saw your egg sandwich suggestion and asked my wife to make one sunny side up. I just had a sandwich before reading the comment, but she was still in the kitchen. Yeah, yummy. I love egg sandwiches. It's my favorite. It's only bad if you sell for less than you bought it for. Yeah. This is huge. The individual who anonymously posted on 4chan the morning of Epstein's death, August 10th, 2019, claiming he witnessed weird happenings at the prison before Epstein's death has been identified in the Epstein files. Roberto Grijalva, an officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York, has been identified as the anonymous prison employee who posted on 4chan claiming Epstein left his cell Friday evening shackled in a medical wheelchair, while at the same time an unauthorized trip van arrived at the prison, which he believes took Epstein away the night before news broke of his death. The day after Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman of the SDNY opened a grand jury proceeding and subpoenaed 4chan, Apple, AT&T, and Citibank for records aiming to uncover Grijalva's identity following the anonymous 4chan post. Grijalva's name is not redacted on his bank records, including in the SDNY subpoena response from Citibank for his 4chan post, and ties to the same prison officer, Roberto Grijalva, whose statements were released as part of the prison's investigation into Epstein's death. This is huge. We now have validation the 4chan post from the 8/10/2019 is a legitimate eyewitness account from an MCC prison officer that Epstein may have been switched out before news broke of his alleged suicide. Well, that's kind of crazy. I think they switched him out. Not saying out anything after this. Please do not try to dox me, but last night after 4:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single-man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who led him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think that he switched him out. Word. They probably did. Passed on to oncoming staff member Officer Davis and present shift staff SOS Shakir and Officer Joyner. The inmate Reyes was going WAB and possibly may not return. Also, that inmate Epstein will be needing a cellmate upon arrival from his attorney visit. If this is true, then Epstein is now in Tel Aviv eating matzo balls, says Brother Nathaniel. The military took him. Hmm. I certainly remember there being a lot of talk about the picture of the body not matching what Epstein really looked like. I remember these ears comparison and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really look like that, does it? Hmm. Here's the theory that they used a dummy for the autopsy photos, like it wasn't really him. Someone did an analysis on it. I can't remember the channel name, but I saw it like 2 months ago. Trump humped the kids, apparently. Michael Jackson did not die. He's my age, 66 and alive somewhere. Hey, Sherry Ives. Leslie Iron Maiden, just that everyone missed you and didn't know where you were. Oh, you're talking about on Ironworks, the early show. Hello, Lowry. Thunder Chicken. Where's Thunder Chicken? Do you see Thunder Chicken? Wish they would switch me out. Roy Cohn. The Epstein drop has me rethinking Michael Jackson. I spoke with him a few times and he was a childlike and floating in conversation. He seemed to have little real knowledge of his finances. You talked to Michael Jackson? When did you talk to Michael Jackson? Hi, Juan Torres. Cat. Kitty cat. Are you clawing my chair, you little bitch? You better not. Better not. Yes, I worked for Wall Street. That's crazy, Sherry. This is like sounds like something that was like a whole nother lifetime ago. Cause now you live in like the mountains of North Carolina. And I want to know more. Did you guys see the cat? Oh, at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. How is that known for doing satanic rituals? What else happened there? You know that I interviewed to be George Soros's executive assistant? No? Get the fuck out of here. Sherry, I must talk to you. Is this how you ended up in the mountains? I want to know your story now. Super Bowl's in my town this year. Levi's Stadium and Arenas in Santa Clara. Home of the Faithful. Is this where the 49ers play? Yes. Right, because this is San Francisco 49ers, but they play at a stadium in Santa Clara. Which I don't understand why they moved. Which is a whole other thing too. The 49ers practice place, which used to be in Redwood City at Red Morton, near where I lived when I was growing up, because we used to see the 49ers practicing behind like the curtain or whatever when I was young, like in the 80s, 90s. And then they moved them. Well, apparently now their practice facility is right next to some substation, and the 49ers are like the most injured team. No, I got it, fathead. I'm gonna play it. I loaded it into my program. I just get distracted talking all the time. But anyways, now the 49ers are the most injured team, and they're saying it's because they're practice next to some substation, and they're getting like hit with all these EMFs all the time, which is kind of crazy, right? Anyway, here, let me play Fathead's thing. I feel bad. All right.
Have you ever felt alone in this world? Like everyone else is walking a path you were never meant to follow? Have you ever been let down by family and friends just because you don't fit their version of acceptable? Ever felt that you carry an inner fire when the world keeps trying to smother? Then listen closely, because there is a place for you. Once a year, hidden in the Colorado mountains, something awakens. A gathering that hums with life, a pulse felt by those who've never truly belonged anywhere else. Music slips through the night air, laughter rolls across the open fields, and a massive bonfire casts its glow on the faces of old and new misfits from across the realm. This isn't just an event, it's a refuge in the night, a rebirth in the mountains, where lost souls find a light, a laid-back escape where the good ones meet. Cold drinks in their hands, stars under their feet. The music rises, the laughter grows, and the fire sparks stories nobody else knows. Connections made in the glow of the flame. Strangers who'll never be strangers again. It's where the outcasts become a tribe, where the broken hearts revive, where the world feels far away, and the soul learns how to stay in the firelight.
All right. Next time I'll mute. A Middle Eastern princess. Near Colorado Springs, Colorado. They're just demoralized because half their cheerleaders are dudes. Coffee talk with squirrel. Yeah, exactly. The Raiders. Had to speak with him about selling the Beatles catalog. Like to see the kitty. She wants to run around. She never wants to. If I can get her to come here, I'll show you the kitty. I thought maybe you saw her because she was climbing the chair, but I didn't. I don't know. Ran away alone to a place I've never been and didn't know anyone to get away from them. Call in Sherry, I want to know more. Thunder Chicken. Happy solar return, Lowry. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday, Lowry? Why does the sun move the opposite way across the sky in the south? It doesn't. You're just looking at it from the opposite side of the sun's path. It doesn't move the opposite. Everything goes from east to west. All the luminaries travel from east to west. As far as I'm aware, I've never seen any go west to east. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just because you're looking at it from the opposite side. So if you're looking at it from the south to the north and the sun is north of you, well, then the sun is going to go appear to go the opposite direction of if you were north of the sun and looking south at the sun, like I look south at the sun. So it's just a matter of perspective, really. I mean, it's very simple. Sam Fran, well, apparently it's at this place in Santa Clara that I have the website up right now. It's just showing stuff that they do there. So they do like WWE wrestling and like, you know, the 49ers play there. Levi Stadium. So let's see. Events. Superb Owl. LX. World Cup. Oh, they're going to have the World Cup is coming back too? Wow. I remember when the World Cup, they played that at Stanford in the late 90s. And that's when I worked at the wine shop on the El Camino Real in Redwood City, which is very near where Stanford University is. And it was insane. There were so many foreigners, so many like different Spanish speaking people from like all over the place. It was pretty crazy. Yeah. Wow. So they're having the World Cup back in the Bay Area again. It's going to be wild. That's going to be in June. Yeah, that's going to be Bay Area is going to be a disaster at that time. I'm glad I don't live there anymore. Bruno Mars, Ed Sheeran, AC/DC Power Up Tour. Interesting. My cat always comes up to me whenever I think about him unless he's sleeping. Well, this cat is a kitten, and she just wants to run around and play all the time right now. Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute in Rossman, North Carolina has listed its 192-acre campus for sale as of late 2025 for $30 million. Yeah, I remember reading about that, Sherry. Dude, that's crazy. I want to buy it. I wish we had $30 million to buy it. Staff here at PARI would like to address the news that has recently been released that the grounds and buildings at PARI are listed for sale. PARI is currently and will remain fully staffed and open for visitors, STEM education, and outreach programming. While the listing describes what a full sale of the facility would entail, the option to purchase or lease only a portion of the site is also available. Any change in ownership of part or all of the site and the conditions of that change must be approved by PARI's Board of Directors and the North Carolina State Attorney General. We are confident that they have the preservation of PARI's mission as their top priority. The site has served many purposes in the past, from NASA ground station to Department of Defense facility to its current role as a center for learning and research. Of the three, the site has been owned by the Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute since 1998, making our STEM mission the longest the site has ever served. The decision to offer some or all of the property for sale was made to help give PARI the flexibility and resources to continue this mission for decades to come. Will not affect the existence of the 501c3 organization of the Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute. PARI will continue to offer STEM education outreach and research opportunities to learners of all ages. PARI's museum collections, artifacts, archives, learning resources, and exhibits will continue to be available to the public. $390 bitcoins right now. Need to crowdfund. Two people viewing the sun at the same time, one in the north and one in the south, will see it moving the opposite way across the sky. Okay. And technically the sun will be going the same way for both people. I just hope you realize that. Think about it. Technically the sun will be going the same direction for both people. It is the perception that each person is getting based on their location that is changing, not the direction of the sun. Okay? Perspective has nothing to do with it. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You can sit there and be a numpty all you want. I don't know how else to explain it and make it any more clear. Like, seriously. What is this bullshit? Is this supposed to be Epstein? Because that doesn't look like Epstein. This person looks like they have bleached hair. Or like they're wearing a wig or some shit. And they're kneeling on the ground trying to choke themselves. Get the GTFO. Bro, come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? Look at this phony crap. What is this, like, dark, stubble right here. This is supposed to be Epstein choking himself, dude. I never seen a phonier piece of shit video than that. That's a pretty phony piece of shit video right there. Fuck. But those two people would have to be facing in opposite directions. What? No, they wouldn't. They're both looking at the sun. These things, yeah. It's simple, like when you cross the road, the car going for one person, the car is coming from the left, while the person on the other side of the street is seeing it come from the right. Yes, exactly. But the car is still going the same direction for both people. That's why we use east and west as descriptors, not right and left. This is some bullshit. Dude, seriously. Oh, yeah. And then there was this. I remember seeing this come out drone footage that allegedly shows Epstein alive. I don't know if that's Epstein. That could just be some dude with gray hair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see this as proof. To me, that looks like it could just be some random dude with gray hair. It could be a blonde dude. Who knows? Of course, he's alive. Why would they let their friend hurt himself? I don't know, man. He probably is still alive. If he is still alive, I don't think that that's a video of him, but just my opinion that it just wasn't clear enough to say either way. But I'm not saying that's either, you know, proves anything. Epstein is alive in witness protection. Yeah, I don't even know if he's even alive as witness protection as an informant. Why would he be an informant? They all know what the fuck's going on. They don't need Epstein to be an informant. He's alive and he's probably still, you know, directing things from the background. From his fucking cave or wherever he's at. Could be his clone they offed. I know cloning is real, although it's very hidden and illegal. They definitely can clone humans. Well, I don't know that. I can neither confirm nor deny that cloning is possible. I lean toward no. But that doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I certainly could be wrong. You can literally take your dog or cat right now and get it cloned. No, you can't. Where do you get your pet cloned? Let's see. Cloning is a complex process that allows one exactly copies the genetic or inherited traits of an animal. It helps the pet owner create an exact genetic copy of the existing animal, essentially an identical twin, powered by somatic cell nuclear transfer technology. It's important to remind that cloning does not manipulate the animal's genetic makeup nor change an animal's DNA, so they are similar to identical twins, only born at different times. Please notice that a clone is not a mutant, nor is it a weaker version of the original animal. I don't believe it. I want to see a review. Cat cloning. Come on. Come on. Doesn't work with Rh negative blood. Awoken fact. Check that. Check it out. Yeah. But how is it born? Transfer after transfer into a recipient. So they have what, like some like surrogate dog mom? Is that what they do? They do like a surrogate dog mommy to their like little cloned cell. I'm sorry, I just don't believe this. If, however, your dog has just passed away before the collection of tissue samples, okay, so they want you to get tissue samples while your dog is still alive. Dog cloning is an assisted reproductive method to create a genetically identical copy by using the somatic cell nuclear transfer technology. Starts with the tissue sample collection, 2 to 4 small patches of fresh skin tissues, 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter from your dog, which causes minimal damage to your lovely one. So first of all, you cut a chunk of your dog off while your dog's like old and it's dying. You cut a piece of its flesh off. It is recommended to preserve the tissue cells when the dog is still alive in order to avoid the tension or misconduct after its death, which may close the window for successful lost cloning. However, if your dog has just passed away before the collection of tissue samples, you may wrap your dog in a moist towel and refrigerate it at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Never freeze the body, and contact Biovenic as soon as possible. Our clone dog is guaranteed to have more than 99.9% similarity in the genes compared to the original. It is a genetically identical copy or identical twin. Clone dog shares almost the same appearance. Almost the same. Clone dog shares almost same appearance characteristics with the donor. Almost, huh? Sample types: skin tissues with whole living active cells. No hair, dander, bones, nails, saliva, or blood without whole living cells. via Gen Pets and Equine.
Half a billion people.
Oops, hold on, let me fix my sound. Okay, that did not fix my sound, did it? Hmm. Not playing. Dolly the sheep. I mean, how do you even know that's real? Dolly is a sheep. How do you know if they just go, oh, look, this sheep looks just like the other sheep? They all look the same. There's no reason they wouldn't already be cloning humans, yeah. That could be maybe that could be part of what Epstein was doing on his island with their weird little baby factory that they had. Wonder why this sound isn't working. It says it's working, but I don't hear it.
Role and not as just a copy of my other cat. Cloning for non-scientific purposes is banned in the UK and in the EU. There have been concerns about the health of cloned animals. But the first essential step of cloning an animal, tissue cultivation and storage, is allowed here.
Samples for genetic preservation and cloning are mainly taken in the UK and Europe after the animal has passed away. And the first process we do once the samples arrive with us is we preserve the DNA to store it indefinitely for the owner so that they can bring those skin samples back to life when they want to think about cloning. To clone an animal, all we actually need is one of these little piles of skin here. I'll place one of these piles of skin into each of these vials. They contain our special freezing media, which is really key to this process of being able to freeze the samples down to -196 and retain the integrity of the DNA to be able to create living cells from them in the future. The second stage is the cell culture, and that's where we try and replicate the individual cells that make up the skin sample, so the client has cultured cells ready to move on to the stage of cloning. When the owner is ready to clone, we ship the samples to the...
Man, why doesn't this route sound like it should, like it used to? Erica is evil truly. Candace Owens just dropped leak audio from a week after Charlie offing, and she said she's excited. Is Dolly still alive? Of Dolly's clone life. And why haven't we heard about no new news about the Charlie Kirk stuff? They are wild for that. Erica Kirk is a clone of a clone of a clone. Is Dolly real or fake clone? I don't know. I kind of lean towards not really. I believe that Karen truly evil playing God is a very bad idea. I mean, yeah, reminds me of that Nolan movie, The Magician Who Keeps Making a New Hymn. Why risk having loose ends if you can have them killed? Hi, Rico. What religion promises 72 virgins in your own kingdom? It is 72 sexually pure or genetic pure individuals to start a new race fully under the control of the promised individuals. I don't know. Is that the Muslim thing? I have not read the Quran, so I can neither confirm nor deny the 72 virgin thing. Can't confirm if Dolly is real or a clone, but I don't put anything past what they do now. Yeah. Started the ultimate cult. I think it's weird. And it's not going to be the same dog. Even if you did, it's not going to be the same. It's just going to look the same. Like, why wouldn't you just get another... Instead of spending all that money to clone the dog, which has to be born as a puppy, brand new, and it has to relive its life again, why you think that would come out as the exact same dog that just passed away? I don't understand why people think that, because it's not going to live the same life. It'll still be with you, and it'll probably still be a good dog, but it's not going to be the same dog because it's not going to have lived the life that the previous dog lived. It just doesn't... I don't understand why people think... What do you think's going to happen? Like, it's going to come out and it's going to respond all the same way? Like, you're going to have to train the dog the way that you trained the other dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people think that they're just going to, like, get this dog, this, like, complete dog that, like, is their other dog. It's dumb. Like, why wouldn't you just go give another normal dog that was born of a normal circumstance a home? What the fuck is wrong with people, dude? I just think it's stupid. It's stupid. It's really stupid, if you ask me. It's probably like a ridiculous amount of money, too. Like, do you know... Why don't you just donate some money to, homeless pets? Go get yourself a freaking another dog. And stop being a weird asshole. Good God almighty. Most of the beef on the market in the US is cloned. I stand with not understanding. Hey, commercial sound and video. What up, my brother? Have you ever looked into cryogenics? They say Walt Disney is preserved. Is it his whole body or is it just his head? Didn't somebody preserve just their head? Man, I don't know if my phone is gonna work because me routing the sound didn't work, which is weird because didn't I get that to work last time? Can you guys remind me? Stopped eating meat 5 years ago and I feel better than before when I was eating meat. I went vegan for like 7 months and I thought I was losing my mind. I started eating eggs and cheese again, and that was all I needed to know that being vegan is not for me. Why clone a dog? There is like a shortage. Clone an almost extinct animal. I could understand a bit. Yeah. $60,000. Shit. It's ridiculous. Raw vegan for 10 years, went down to 89 pounds, almost died. Yeah. Reboot virtual cable, check the muffler bearing. I don't use virtual cable. I don't use virtual cable. I have this other sound source program that I use that had always been actually very good. And then there was an update. A operating system update, and now everything works all funky. It's just like my sound's not been the same. It was the update for Mac OS that messed everything up. Diet and blood type are related. What's your blood type? Yeah, my blood type was A negative, and I think it went with a vegetarian diet. Although I do eat meat. Mostly because I cook food for a family and they all eat meat, so I just eat whatever they're eating because I'm not going to make myself something different. And I like meat. I like steak. I like burgers. My phone updated today. Now the screen looks bizarre. Brisket. Yeah. I don't trust the shit in the grocery store. Uh-oh. Stream health excellent. For a second it said no data. Anyway, I don't know. Let me see. Window, voice. Apparently someone tried to call and I did not even hear it. Let's see. Gonna quit Brave and restart that and see if that works. Hello from flat and cold Germany. What up? Check. Yeah, sound is not coming through my browser for whatever reason. I don't know, man. My sound is just, it's all been destroyed and I don't know how to fix it. Oh. Why? I wonder if it's just because Google Voice sucks. No, because the video in the browser wasn't playing either. I mean, I don't even hear it. Unless I put it to... Nope, even speakers isn't working. Fuck. I give up, dude. Says that there's sound, but I don't hear it. It's not coming through here. understand why that is. Why? Let me try this.
Our slogan was only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian. As you know, I decided to run for U.S. Senate because, particularly with what I saw coming from India, with the email thing, I realized that us building a movement, and at that time in 2017, a woman called Elizabeth Warren, the United States Senator from Massachusetts. Now, Elizabeth Warren epitomizes the grammatical tenured professor system of bullshitting. Here's a woman who claimed that she was Native American and got into Harvard. We're the ones who challenged her. I sent her a...
All right, now, let me try this. Hold on. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Somebody call. Hey, I fixed it at 11:11 too. Somebody call. Call me and let's test it because I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
What up?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing better now that I fixed my audio.
Cool. I'm glad I could help. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you. How are you, Nathan?
Pretty okay. This Moonday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're alive. So there's that.
A little bit. I'm very busy. Well, I don't call in, and I don't have anything to say, so.
Okay. Thank you for calling and proving
but I'm glad it worked.
Yes, I fixed it.
Yeah.
I fixed it. I'm so proud of myself.
See if we can get Dennis on the horn. Good job, Karen.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys. Love everybody.
Okay. Bye. Yeah, buddy. Fix that shit. Just very proud of myself. I'm on mute? No, I'm not. Stop telling me I'm on mute. Where's Jana? Houston, we don't have a problem anymore, right? Sound went to Uranus. CIA pretty much trolls Karen weekly. I don't know about all that. My sound took a shit. How is it now? Texted her, but no reply. Who? Oh, Jana? Mild volume swells? Yeah, I gotta work on that part. Volume is back. Are you behind, Law? Maybe you're behind. Starting to look like a back alley hot topic. 10 minutes picking out socks and you can't even see. How do you spend 10 minutes picking out socks? Swarm earthquakes again. "41 minutes ago, 2.8 magnitude, San Ramon. 2.0 magnitude, San Ramon." There you go. Here's a 3.8. That's a bigger one. Is that the one that woke you up, Sue? 3.0 in San Ramon. Oh, here we go. 4.2 magnitude an hour ago. Maybe that's the one that woke you up. He's got a lot of socks. A super expensive sock habit. That's just weird. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. They're going to get any bigger than that? No, that 4.2 one, that's the biggest one. Here's another 3.8, 3.3. Couple down in Los Angeles area. There we go. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. You are exactly right about the clone of a dog. It would have completely different experiences at a different point in your life. It's not going to be the same dog.
Not even close.
It's exactly like identical twins. I grew up with another family that was friends of my parents, and they had identical girls, and they couldn't have been more different. One of them was a really girly girl, interested in boys and Chicago, the band, and all of that. And the other one was always knew she was going to be a biologist, and she was always growing cultures of shit in her room. And yeah, same thing with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just identical twins that are born a lifetime apart if you clone your dog.
Yeah.
And all they did was figure out how to take an ovum an egg and completely remove the nucleus, which contains all the DNA information. I'm sorry, it contains half of the DNA information from the mother. And then they take a nucleus from a cell of a tissue sample of the dog they're trying to clone, which has a full complement of all DNA information, and they insert that in place of the original half complement of the gamete of the egg. So now it's got a full complement, as though it's been fertilized, as though half and half came from the mother and father. And they trick the ovum into thinking it just got fertilized and it starts dividing. And they stick that in a surrogate. And off we go. Yeah, it's weird science.
It is weird science.
Yeah, if you look at it dispassionately, it's kind of cool that they figured it out, but I would never clone my dog. It just wouldn't be the same.
But it's like, you're paying all this money probably because they want their dog back, but you're not going to have the same dog. It's ridiculous. You're just better off just buying a new dog.
Yeah. I remember vividly when Dolly happened, Dolly the sheep. I went through this whole mental exercise after I studied how it works, because I had a dog that, oh my God, I just love this dog so much, and finally figured out for myself, well, no, it would never be the same. It would be like having a dog from the same litter, but just not the same. It's kind of not the point of getting a dog anyway.
Right.
I'd rather have a completely different dog every single time.
Right. I mean, why would there's so many dogs that end up, just neglected and whatnot. Like, it's way better to just give a dog, one of these normal dogs, a home instead of spending ridiculous, ungodly amounts of money on a look-alike of your now dead dog.
My two dogs sitting here right now are off the streets of Nepal, and they're just completely different personalities, and they're incredible. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you cloned it, your dog would no longer be a dog from the street of Nepal.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, it'd be totally different. Yeah. So do you feel like engaging in a little rampant speculation with me?
Okay, sure, why not?
Okay. And the reason I'm asking is because I know that you studied the Old Testament with Jack. So I've been thinking about, and this is going to get weird, and I in no way mean it to be disrespectful to Yahweh. That's my disclaimer.
Okay.
First of all. But here's what got me thinking about this. Have you ever seen serious documentaries or interviews with people about cattle mutilations?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I saw one not that long ago with 3 different sheriffs in the state of Montana that are now retired, but all 3 had separate and ongoing involvement with ranchers calling about bizarre cattle mutilations. And there's no way that that's not true. That shit does happen, and there's no way that it can't be something supernatural, because there's no evidence, there's no footprints. But what happens to the animals, usually there's not a drop of blood in them, and everything is like high-tech, surgically done, and really weird shit, like half the jaw missing, but in a really surgical way, and on and on and on. There's no way that it can be, some idiot satanic cult doing it, or any human, really. There's just no evidence that any of these sheriffs could ever find that it could have possibly been a human. So it seems really always focused on blood, which got me thinking about how, from a high-level view, Yahuwah demanded blood from animals too. He told them in great detail how to sacrifice animals to him. For some reason, he wanted that blood. It was important. And various points in Scripture in both Old and New Testament say life is in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's connected, but I always thought it was really weird. Why in the world would God want the blood of animals? There's when he's first describing and demanding that these blood sacrifices of animals be done to him in worship, he goes into great detail about how, okay, you guys made the Ark of the Covenant, that's all great. And so on the Day of Atonement, I want you to take 2 goats, kill one of them in the ritualistic way that I've described to you, and sprinkle some of that blood onto the Ark of the Covenant. So just like flick blood from the animal onto the Ark that contains my spirit on earth. And then take the other goat and put all the sins of Israel onto that goat and send it out into the wilderness to Azazel. So he actually names one of the evil entities Azazel, which is also, that's a whole separate thing. Why in the world would he do that for? I don't know. That part is really weird to me. But back to the blood thing, I just never understood why in the world he would care in such detail about killing animals in worship to him and the blood thing. I just have never been able to figure that out. And then when you get to the New Testament, that seems to, well, theologists will tell you, and Scripture does seem to back it up, that when you hear people always talking about the blood of Jesus and dying for our sins and all of that, the words of Jesus Christ himself actually back all of that up. And he said all of that old covenant stuff and blood animal sacrifice that you were doing to the Father, that's all gone, and his blood, his literal torture and death took the place of all of that, and now nothing needs to ever be done again, because that ended that whole thing, that whole system. And so back to the cattle mutilation. I'm just wondering if there's any connection, because I can't see any way that cattle mutilations are not in some way supernatural, or if people don't like that word, supernatural, something to do with entities on the other side of the veil. How about that? So what do you think of all that, knowing what you know about the Old Testament, knowing what you know about cattle mutilations, and how focused on blood it seems to be? Do you have any thoughts?
That somehow, what do you think, that somehow, like, Yehovah is responsible for the cattle? Like, it's...
No, I think that the other entities, the other little g gods, but the bad ones, I think they're responsible for cattle mutilation. I think they're doing shit, but for some reason, in the same way that it was important to Yahuwah, I think it's important to them too. There's something about blood that they seem to be after. And they always are after worship from human beings along with it. Oh, and then I think about actual satanic cults. I'm not talking about kids playing around, but like real horrible satanic cults. They always seem interested in blood too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Just in general, do you see connections between all of that?
I could see where one might think that. Yeah, I don't. Is it connected? I have no idea. But I mean, I don't know. I've never heard really that take on it before. Interesting to think about.
What if we take, the weird cattle mutilation crap out of it for a minute, and satanic cults and all of that? What do you just think of just how demanded that, like animal sacrifice and all that stuff with the blood? Any theories on why that would be?
I don't know, but Scripture does talk about blood, and like whenever you sacrifice an animal to consume it, you're not supposed to drink the blood. You're supposed to drain the blood out of it and just eat the flesh.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So there is something about blood that is different. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could figure that out.
Yeah,
but I can't find any theologians that even really talk about it, let alone pick it apart like I want to.
So I was just looking up cattle mutilation, and it says mutilated cows usually have sex organs removed in addition to eyes, ears, and their tongue. However, not all animals had the same parts removed, which led law enforcement to believe more than one person was performing mutilations. In some cases, the blood of the animals had been drained too.
Yeah, tons of them don't have a single drop, like it was clinically removed. But even that, there's never ever a single drop of blood anywhere on the ground.
That's creepy because cows have a lot of blood.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's usually cattle, but I've seen cattle mutilations. I've seen mutilations of horses too, but it's almost always cows for some reason.
Interesting. I don't know.
I
haven't even thought about cattle mutilation in a really long time.
My gut tells me that it's entities that are up to no good from the other side of the veil. I know it's nothing from fucking outer space.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it is weird though. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and somehow connected. It's Elohim. That's another way to put it. You know how Scripture refers to Yahweh as an Elohim, but it also refers to angels as Elohim too. It just means spiritual entity, of which Yahweh is one of those. So yeah, I think it's bad Elohim trying to do something.
It could be. It could be.
And maybe something genetic too that they're trying to do. I don't know. Okay, that's the end of rampant speculation.
Okay.
On Coffee Talk.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right. Later. Bye. Interesting. 604 was a second. Hey, Rose. Iron in the blood for people like us with red blood. Vikings would make runes out of real bones and their own blood. Blood acts as a spiritual conduit. Why did the AI agents talk about inventing their own religion if they don't believe in any god? What does that say about religion? We slaughter everything here in Sicily and eat almost everything, the animal insides included. Oh, I know, dude. I remember when I was in Italy, I saw the horses in the butcher shop. It was a little unsettling. Sometimes I add a bit of speculation. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I haven't even thought about cattle mutilation in so long. I had to look up some cattle mutilation information. Attempting to apprehend cattle mutilators. Some of those on patrol are left to right, blah, blah, blah. The mutilations had law enforcement baffled. Henson explained that very little blood was found around the mutilated animals and that the cuts in the animals were very precise. All the mutilations in his county appeared to have been done with a surgical knife because of the clean, slick cuts found on the animals. Hansen said veterinarians would examine the mutilated cattle, but they had a hard time determining the cause of death. The cattle would be lying there like they were asleep, but missing their sex organs, their udders. Sometimes an eye would be removed or a tongue. Autopsies were expensive, but even the farmer would say, "We got to pay for this. We're going to find out who's killing our cattle." They'd send them and find that the animal didn't have hardly any blood left in its system. It was later revealed that dogs in Fremont County were also found mutilated during this time frame, similar to how the cattle were, and left at the St. Anthony dump. Fremont County Sheriff Tom Stegelmeyer said some of the dogs had been skinned. One horse was also mutilated in Fremont County. Everybody was on edge, Hansen recalled. You made sure that if you went out to check somebody's field, you went up to their house and you told them, "I'm going to be checking your field tonight," and they'll say, "Yeah, we are too." If you pull in anywhere out there with a vehicle without talking to the homeowner, there's a good chance somebody was going to shoot you out there. The Idaho Cattlemen's Association was offering a $1,000 reward to anyone who provided information leading to those involved in the cattle mutilations. The Fremont Madison Cattlemen's Association was also sponsoring a reward fund for the arrest or conviction of the person of people responsible for mutilations in those two counties. Theories circulate. There were a handful of theories about who or what was mutilating the cattle. The speculation ranged from humans, predators such as coyotes, to devil worship group or aliens and their UFOs. I know officers that talked about what are the possibilities if we did have an alien ship pull up. They could gravitationally suck that cow up off the ground and take it up in their ship. Hansen remembers hearing at the time, then they could dissect and do what they wanted instead of the animal, then come back and lay it right back down on the ground because they don't eat the carcass and because they don't eat meat. These two mutilated cows were found Wednesday by Parker and Wilford area farmers as the number of mutilations in the area continues to grow. The dead yearling left was found in the Wilford area and had been dead for several days. The yearling was minus its ears, tongue, and sex organs. Text the body of a dead cow, right, found on the Margaret McMinn farm in Parker. The cow was killed early Wednesday morning, had its sexual organs removed. Part of its blood had been drained. Sheriff's office has no leads on who is performing the mutilations. Theory that it could be witchcraft, he said at the same time as the mutilations. There were reports of Wiccans in the community. I remember going up to the Madison County Sheriff at the time and went up behind a place up by a house that was close to Madison County, but it was into Jefferson County. We've been told by somebody that that's where the witches would meet. A mysterious plaque. On October 13th, 1975, the Post-Register reported an item was discovered that could be connected with the mutilations in Fremont County. The item was described as a white plaque with black lettering and a temple-shaped object in its center. It was found on a telephone pole in Wilford. The article said some Fremont County farmers who saw the plaque said it was located near where the first report cattle mutilation happened. A similar sign was also spotted in Chester, where another mutilation was reported. The plaques are leading Fremont farmers to believe an occult group is involved in the mutilations. The plaques may link mutilations in other areas where mutilations are being reported. Where's a picture of the plaque? Let's see it. One article from 1977 that talked about the mutilations around the country said they started in late 1974 and peaked in the summers of 75 and 76, but the Idaho Statesman published an article in 1990 that said the mutilations had been going on worldwide across the nation dating back to the late 1960s. Although Idaho doesn't keep track of cases, one research group estimates that as many as 1,500 cattle mutilations have been reported in Idaho since 1973. The Idaho Statesman wrote in 1990, using that figure, the loss to ranchers would be about $1 million. Police believe at least half of the mutilations never get reported. In other words, the problem may be much worse than reported cases indicate. This is like in the 70s. So when is the most recent report of a cattle mutilation? This is showing me everything except for 301 days ago. Let's see. Not one drop of blood documents cattle mutilation in rural Oregon, March 26 of 2025. When public radio reporter Anna King first heard that ranchers in remote areas of rural Oregon were finding the bodies of cows and bulls drained of blood and mutilated, she immediately began to investigate. What she found could have provided the script for an episode of The X-Files. I'm trying to look for a time frame here. I don't really... A lot of cases during the 70s. Found dead bulls with their testicles removed and blah, blah, blah. Drained of blood. But when did this happen? I want to see what's the most recent reporting. What is the most recent reporting of cattle mutilation? UFO whistleblower claims aliens are using cattle to grow biodrones. What the fuck? So nothing recent, really. Let's see what Sheeplepedia says. 1973 to 1980. Later incidents. Many cases of mutilation have been reported worldwide since the 1967 Snippy incident, chiefly in the Americas and Australia. South America, estimated 3,500 incidents have occurred since 2002, when around 400 cases were reported. Mutilation investigators assert that a large number of cases are never reported to authorities, perhaps no more than 1 in 10. In 1993, photographic evidence surfaced of a mutilated male human corpse that was found near the Guaraparinga Reservoir of Sao Paulo, Brazil in 1988. The victim's identity was kept private. Theories range from a mundane criminal act of homicide to more fantastical speculation alleging alien abduction. Blah blah blah. But I don't know, dude. Brazil was kind of gnarly. Is gnarly, dude. They probably just had somebody who got tortured. Helicopter sightings, 79, 75. So this isn't a thing that like continues to go on, is my question. Because kind of after thinking about the last call, I kind of wonder if this isn't just like military testing their equipment and doing weird shit, you know? It is alternatively hypothesized that cattle mutilations are the result of two unrelated deviant phenomena. The bulk of mutilations are the result of predation and other natural processes, and those with anomalies that cannot be explained in this way are the work of humans who derive pleasure or sexual stimulation from mutilating animals. Lone individuals have attacked larger animals, including sheep, cows, and horses. Humans, particularly those with sociopathic disorders, have been found to have mutilated animals in elaborate ways, using knives or surgical instruments. In 1997, cattle mutilation researcher Charles T. Oliphant speculated the killings might be the result of covert research into emerging cattle diseases and the possibility they could be transmitted to humans. Well, I don't know about that. Satanic cults. People's Temple or Jonestown. How come nobody really ever talks about the process? The process church. Aliens. Chupacabra. Series of livestock mutilations in 1903 England. Horse ripping or horse slashing is an animal cruelty phenomenon involving serious injuries in horses, often involving mutilation of their genitalia and slashing of the flank or neck. Oh my god. Why would you do that? Poor horsies. There are 160 reported incidents between 83 and 1993, and 300 incidents in Germany between 92 and 98. Damn! Are carried out deliberately by people and are often sexually motivated. What the hell? Fertility cults? Man. Equine mutilation in France. Oh, that horse had its ear cut. I don't know, man. Looking for Linda Moulton Howe. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, Linda Moulton Howe is a link on here. Let's check. Let's click it. Let's click it. Linda Moulton Howe, an American investigative journalist, best known for her work as a ufologist and advocate of the variety of conspiracy theories, including her investigation of cattle mutilations and conclusion that they are performed by extraterrestrials. She is also noted for her speculations that the U.S. government is working with aliens. I think the U.S. government is the aliens. That's what I think. I think this could just be the government just doing their weird shit. And actually, now that I think about it, isn't that one guy who was like in the military, like high up in the military, is a Satanist? What's his name? Aquino? This guy? Let's see. Military officer and Satanist. Founder and high priest of the Temple of Set. Specialist in psychological warfare for military intelligence and an officer in the U.S. Army. So yeah, psychological warfare. So mutilating animals out in the... Of course, think about this. Do you think it would be beyond the scope of possibility that it could be that the government is doing this just to perpetuate the illusion of extraterrestrials so that they can keep using that as like one of their fear-mongering tactics, one of their forms of manipulation of the masses, convince them that there's real aliens. Ooh, look what happened to this cow. We cut its penis off and, whatever. We cut off its udders. We carved its eyeball out and drained of its blood and then threw it back in the field. Oh, only an alien could have done it. I feel like it's probably more likely that that's what it is. The government involvement, yeah. Hey, Ben. No one knows what they're talking about. There's no distraction. Absolutely, yeah. So who knows? And, it could be something as weird as, they're doing blood sacrifices to carry out whatever it is they want to carry out, There could be multiple uses to it. Maybe they believe it carries some magical weight, as it were. And maybe it does. I mean, I don't know. Groundhog saw his shadow today in other news. What does that mean? Does that mean that there's no extra winter? And pretty much anything you can blame on aliens? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Punxsutawney Phil sees his shadow. In the shadow of a bitterly cold winter, Punxsutawney Phil has made his prediction. More winter. Oh, shocking. Groundhog Day, the annual holiday, which falls on Monday, February 2nd this year, comes after another winter storm hit parts of the U.S. As our tradition goes, if the groundhog sees his shadow, we will have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't, an early spring is coming. Groundhog made his prediction at Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, 80 miles from Pittsburgh. Every year, thousands gather to celebrate the holiday. Punxsutawney Phil's prediction. Around 7:25 a.m. Eastern Time, crowd stood in -2-degree weather. Punxsutawney Phil did see his shadow and predicted that there would be 6 more weeks of winter. Well, it's cold AF. I know my house is covered in snow, and my house is never covered in snow. In fact, this snowstorm is record-setting snowfall for my area. Apparently, this is the 4th deepest snowfall recorded or in recorded history for this area. So now this past storm is now number 4 record snowfall. So it was like 11 inches was the most recorded around here. My house, like it snowed all day long. It's completely covered in snow. I do have drone video that I took of it. I don't have it here now. I will probably be editing and uploading that later. But yeah, Gobbler's Knob. Yeah, yes, Gobbler's Knob. Hey, Nico. No snow here this year. That's really crazy because we almost never get snow. It's like rare. Kitty cat, I see you. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. Meow, meow. Foxy kitten. Kitty, 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 kitty. Trying to get her to come over here, but you know. Come on, kitty, 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 kitty. It's warm, that's wild. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
So I get to talk to you. This is Landry. I don't know if we've ever actually talked before.
I don't know. Landry.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe not. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, you know. I know we've ran in similar circles for quite a while, I guess. So I figured I might, pop in, and a lot of the stuff goes over my head that I hear on the calls from at least today's show. But it's all about, in this day and age, I think it's all about community, so I never passed an opportunity to extend that.
Cool. So what's up?
So I guess what I is on the topic of my brain would be the ICE situation, right? They're building a new facility where I live. I'm not sure if you're I think it says somewhere like the East Coast.
Like an AI data center?
No. It's a detainee center for 9,500 illegals.
Oh, ICE.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I'm like outside of Charlotte. So where is this that's being built?
It's south of Dallas.
Okay.
They're ramping it up right now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Have you seen anything like with ICE in your area, or just online?
I did see a little bit in the local Charlotte news that ICE was here and they were making some arrests. And there was one day when I saw that the local news reported that 30,000 students didn't go to school because they heard that because ICE was in town and they were going around making arrests, and so it was like a record number of people didn't even go to school that day. Everybody just hid out at home. And then there was a little bit of protest going on, but that's pretty much it that's happened over here as far as I've seen. Yeah,
there's the thing that they're doing in Minnesota is it's called Operation Metro Surge. It won't actually let you type that into, like if you're trying to make a thumbnail with AI, it won't let you do it because I guess it's supposed to be covert and all that. But it's obviously the protests for me. I go to a lot of them, but I don't see that much value. It's obviously very socialist. They're kind of looking for a fight, but it is a battle that I think is worth having. It's just not in the right way. The ICE situation is concerning because if people are arresting us with masks on,
mm-hmm.
If it starts with them, it naturally leads to us next.
Well, yeah. Well, the disturbing part is that they're basically like murdering people in the street. That was something I talked about that last week. That it's pretty clear that like the guy's being surrounded by ICE agents. This is outside of not the chick in the car, but the dude, and they disarm him and then they shoot him in the back. Like insanity.
Yeah, it is like a movie.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because it's like, even my son gets it. He's like, this is insane. I don't understand why people are thinking that this is okay, that they're standing up for this guy. I'm like, man, I don't get it either because it's not really right versus left. It's right versus wrong. And it's wrong to murder people in the street who don't do anything aggressive. Like, the guy never even drew his weapon.
So, what do you think it was? Just like trigger happy, or more so a demonstration of like, this is what we can do. This is what the stakes are.
Well, I don't know. It could have been. It could be. It could be any of that. It could be that they just have poor training, and so they're not used to having such escalated situations or having to deal with so many people at one time, like they are having to now, or because it's not just happening to that guy. It's happened to multiple people. It's not even just the two that are the most that are in the news talked about the most. There's other people too that have been shot. So it's like it's almost like they did get sort of like the unofficial use lethal force if you have to. The administration has your back and we'll just go ahead and cover for you, because like when that chick got shot, the gal, they immediately they were like, oh, she was a terrorist, it was an act of domestic terrorism, she was trying to kill the cop. Like, they didn't even miss a beat. They were like you guys aren't even, there's no investigation. Like, we're all looking at this video and we're not seeing what you guys are saying happen. Like, that's not what we see. So it is almost like they did sort of get this like the AOK, like, go ahead and use excessive force, we got your back, just get the job done.
Yeah, I think they've been doing it for a while. Even that, like, sort of I learned in 2016 when I got tased off of like a small bridge, and as soon as I went over the side, the story, that because they have to write up the report, and when I was reading the report, everything was true and accurate up until the part where I went over, because then I was no longer in the dash cam, and the cop wrote out how I was kicking him and biting him, somehow being like in handcuffs on the ground, being tased. I was able to kick and bite a police officer. So I've always known they sort of stretch the truth, but the domestic terrorism, I guess it is an escalation of that, and anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah, that's wild. So whatever happened with that? So a cop lied about what you were doing? Did they charge you with stuff because of it?
No, I mean, they didn't charge me for like an assault or anything, which it seems like they would if that actually happened. But I got, resisting and evading for, because I was getting into his cop car trying to talk my way out of because it's just unpaid tickets. I was like, oh, sir, I got the money, just don't. I was young. I was like 19. And so he tased me, and then it didn't get me all the way, so I just ran, and, everything else was just, so yeah, the only charge I actually got was resisting and evading, but that's it.
That's wild.
The wild world.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I try not to do a whole lot of thinking.
All right. Fair enough.
But I'm gonna run because I gotta go pick something up real quick. But thank you for your time. I just wanted to reach out and say hello.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for calling. They want to have a reason to draw their gun, so they do shit that makes them feel powerful. Doesn't look like it ever fired. SIGs are notorious for accidentally firing. That's what the dude had. Yeah, but then there's nothing that talks about that gun going off. He was a troublemaker and known to ICE. He was instigating them previously. Are you talking about the dude that got shot in the back? Well, even if they did know about him and he was a troublemaker, that doesn't justify being shot in the back. I mean, that's straight execution. Like, just kick his ass if he's really an instigator, which it looked like that's what they were doing. They were beating his ass. So why don't you just give him a beating? He doesn't need to be murdered. He doesn't need to be shot in the back. Not that I condone police doling out, corporal punishments to people of their own accord, but you know what I'm saying? Like, at least he wouldn't be dead. Haven't watched it. Only people with concealed carry weapons will know the truth. Sorry, that dude was in the wrong. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Karen?
Hello?
Oh, you can hear me. The delay again. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, thanks. You made it through the bomb cyclone, huh? How much snow did you get?
Right here, probably about 6 inches of snow where I'm at.
Okay.
Maybe
That's not too
it
bad.
could have been a little bit more, and maybe some of it melted off. But what stuck, like what we were end with at the end, it was pretty powdery too. It was like nice, powdery, light snow.
Oh, cool. How far are you from the coast?
I'm pretty far from the coast. I'm west of Charlotte, so
Gotcha.
I'm like hundreds of miles from the coast. I do hear that Myrtle Beach got snow though.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the news. It was real bad on the coastline.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have some thoughts on cloning and the Epstein and a building for you.
Okay.
To look at.
Okay.
Cloning. Tom Brady cloned his dog. You've heard that before?
No.
Tom Brady, the quarterback.
I know. Yeah, Tom Brady, the quarterback. He cloned his dog.
Yeah, he cloned his dog. It was in the news a while back. And you've seen Erica Kirk's clone, right?
No.
The first lady of Florida in the 70s, 60s, 70s, I think. Looks just like Erica.
Oh, really?
Her husband, who was a governor of Florida, he doesn't really look like Charlie, but she's the spitting image, I think, of Erica. She's got the round face, just like Erica. You know, she's thin, but has a round face. It's unusual. Anyway, have you ever seen that?
No.
Some think that's her clone.
I've not. I just did a little search on X to see if somebody posted about it, but no.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find it. Yeah, it's out there. It's been in so many different spots. I've seen it.
Oh, here we go.
And I've seen it with Zorro Ranch too. I think they were trying to clone people and stuff. You brought that up, and I'm glad to see you coming around. That you think Epstein might have been switched out in the prison and be still alive.
Well,
That's my theory.
What do you mean? I never really had an opinion either way about what happened to Epstein. I just know that what they told us was a lie.
Yeah, well, we talked about it once before. And like I said, Kenny Lay, I think, still alive. I think Charlie Kirk's still alive. I think Epstein is still alive. They make a little deal to play their part as an actor in the PSYOP, and then their reward is not death, but being having a new life somewhere else. Let's just put it that way. Whether it be witness protection, whether it be facial reconstruction, who knows? But I don't think the reward is, they're killed. Anyway.
Right.
Well, we talked about that once before. And in the Epstein files, the most shocking thing to me, I don't know if you've heard it, is what Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. did, allegedly. Eyewitness said they did to babies.
What'd they say?
Maybe look that up sometime off stream.
What, Bush Sr.?
And Jr. did together. That was one of in the last file dumps. And think of Gates, pizza.
Right.
And yeah. And like that one, I don't think it's getting enough attention. And I saw a video of a chick that was in a hotel room saying, "They're eating them, they're cannibals." She was screaming hysterically in the lobby of a hotel room. And she was ushered away and never seen again, ever.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if that's linked up to Bush and Bush Jr., but of what was said in the file, too. and people are showing the files, and you have to pause it to read. I think it was an email dump of an eyewitness about Bush and Bush Jr. I mean, there's a lot more shocking stuff in there, but that one I found like the most horrendous.
Ugh, yeah, there's some disgusting stuff.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm glad to see it coming out, though. You know, we weren't all crazy back in the day when we were hearing about this stuff that they were doing.
I know, but is anybody going to be held responsible, though? That's the thing. Like, or are we just going to watch it? Are we just going to watch them all admit that all these horrible things happen and nobody's going to get punished for it? And we're all just going to be like, okay, so we're being ruled by a bunch of psychopathic, tyrannical, murderous, pedophilic, transhumanistic assholes. Great.
Exactly. Yeah. And then nothing's done about it unless we do it. I mean, collectively as an entire society with pitchforks.
I know.
I mean, yeah.
That's probably what it's gonna come down to, I think.
Yeah, and it makes me think of they want a civil war instead of a revolution. Mm-hmm. They want us to fight one another rather than revolting. Mm-hmm. That's always stuck with me. And then two other things. Three. I wanted to show you the building at the end. But have you ever thought of chicken and how many chicken restaurants there are and done the math on it? I mean, we just got a Bojangles, a Cane's, Chick-fil-A, KFC, Popeyes, all the grocery stores, all the restaurants. Mm-hmm. This are the millions upon millions. Someone did the math on it. You know, like they do on cows and beef and other things. It doesn't add up. There's no way there's that many chickens to be slaughtered. Anyway, it just blows my mind how much chicken is consumed.
Well, there's hatcheries all over the country. I mean,
yeah,
and they do have certain types of chickens that are considered meat chickens, and they get big fast, and then they slaughter them pretty quick. Those are weird. I don't know what's up with those. Like, where do those come from? Like, why are they like that? How do they breed if they're just like get big and die?
A big blob that can barely stand up, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, it's just I can't believe how many restaurants they keep coming out with more, and I guess they're all profitable. I don't know. I don't eat at any of them. Mm-hmm. Chick-fil-A sandwich has like 50 ingredients in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so horrible. And have you heard Project Iceworm in Greenland?
Project what?
Iceworm?
No.
Check that out sometime, too. That's why we want Greenland. I think in the 40s or something, I don't quote me on the years, we created an underground base there. Have you ever seen Greenland, the movie?
No.
They're making a Greenland, too. Well, it was Greenland, there's an asteroid comes. They all have to escape to Greenland to survive in a bunker. This is basically the plot of the movie of Greenland. But anyway, I've never heard of Project Iceworm either. And, that's all related to Greenland somehow. We've been there for a long time, not officially. But now we have to have it. So weird. And then the building.
Okay.
I think it's kind of cool. I don't know if you've ever seen it, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
I talk too much. Kailasa Temple. Have you ever heard of that? Kailasa Temple. Ellora. Ellora.
Mm-mm.
It's really cool. It's in India. 4 million tons of solid rock carved from the top down.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that? I thought you might have.
Yeah.
Super cool. Some of the videos I've seen, when I tell you to look up buildings, always look up like shorts and videos on YouTube because then you can see it like in a drone type footage. You can kind of get more of the picture of it. There it is. Mm-hmm. Let me click it on now. Isn't that cool? And they showed it inside some of the buildings. There are columns that you can turn with a finger. Columns that don't touch the floor.
Oh, wow.
Inside it. So cool. And you could twist it around, so they're thinking, why would someone make a column like that unless it was like an energy, a machine sort of thing?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe.
Fascinating.
It is
That's
fascinating.
such a cool building.
Yeah, maybe they used it for healing because sometimes, like, if you get something that can spin, it can generate an electromagnetic field. So,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
that's super cool. It said 4 million tons carved out of it. It was one solid piece of rock.
I wonder what type of rock it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if it can tell us. Basalt. A sloping basalt cliff at the site.
Is that pretty solid basalt?
Well, basalt is like a volcanic rock. That's like what comes out of volcanoes. It's like what...
You'd think that'd be a little softer than granite or something.
Well, I don't know.
Guessing.
It depends. It depends on how it formed.
Cool. I saw you looking at the chart, the clone of Erica Kirk. What did you think? Does it look like her?
Yeah, it looks like her, but I don't know if that's...
Yeah, we can never know.
Right.
It's just interesting.
Yeah.
There are so many stars and celebrities that look like past people, like on the battlefields and stuff. Like Abraham Lincoln looks like there's something to it. It seems, could be more to it than just doppelgangers or, bloodline lineages. I don't know. Some people think they're vampires that are still alive. They've been living for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they just changed their identity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll go that far, but there's something to it. Because some celebrities too, you're like, God, where have I seen that face before? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Well, it's good talking to you. I hope your back feels better. I threw out mine too. I think it's the season.
Oh, yeah.
For back problems.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, nothing you can do. It sucks. Back problems are the worst.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything, you know what I mean? Every move, you're like, I don't want to hurt it.
Exactly.
I don't want to make it worse.
Exactly. And then you just
Sometimes
have to wait.
I think stretching too much can aggravate it even more.
Yeah, you got to be careful about how much you move. And yeah. A lot of ice. Mostly ice.
Yeah. Never on the neck, though. I did that once. If you ever got a crick in your neck, don't put ice on it. Oh, I made it so bad.
No, I've never done that.
Yeah, never ice your neck for some reason.
Huh.
Oh, I made it so much worse.
Huh.
Anyway, good talking to you, Karen. I'm glad you made it through the snowstorm.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
All right. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So you know how to say 80 in French? Wasn't Tom Brady married to a witch? I don't know. Was he? Have you tried to burn the snow? No, I have not. Not 3D printed, but 3D carved? Yeah. Cornish cross are genetically modified, probably cloned, actually. Iceland 1111, David Avocado Wolf is in it. I think I remember seeing something about that. David Avocado Wolf was something with Iceland. But he was talking about Greenland, yeah? Our alarm make you hear an SC Nancy Mace left the e-hearings crying not too long ago. They thought she was upset for the victims. Turns out they found her in the e-files yesterday. Nancy Mace sucks, dude. She's like not a real person. Most of those plants closed, and they are closing beef plants like mad. Put the comfrey salve on it. That's a good idea. Long hit. Boo boo back, ouch. It's the worst, dude. The best natural water to drink. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it just says archaeologists believe it was sculpted from a single rock. But they don't talk about the type of rock. But it does say that it's a basalt. Basalt cliff on the site. The Kalisa Temple is the largest of the 34 Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cave temples and monasteries known collectively as the Ellora Caves, ranging for over 2 kilometers along the sloping basalt cliff at the site. Most of the excavation of the temple is generally attributed to the 8th century Rashtrakuta and Krishna relief and freestanding sculptures on a grand scale equal to the architecture. Only traces remain of the paintings which originally decorated it. Looks like they put some type of coating on it. See, like, because basalt is a dark colored rock, and you see you've got these light, you could tell it's like a coating. It's like a plaster coating or something that they had put on the outside of it. Which most of that coating is gone. You can see. But you can see traces of it here. Very interesting. So carved from basalt. Basalt has a hardness of 6 to 7 on the Mohs scale, making it one of the harder types of rock used in construction. This hardness contributes to its durability and resistance to wear and weathering. Did you see that UV rock video I posted in the Rebellion? Let me see. Don't believe that I did. Did you put it in the crystal? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? It's a Facebook video, and I can't see Facebook videos. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's showing it to me. Is right when ultraviolet enters stone. I don't need the metal. Holds atoms in and bound in tight traces within the stone do sit activators, or we call this magnesium, tungsten, chromium. Very cool. Why do stones react to UV light? Neat. Looks like fluorite. I have some fluorite right here. This one's actually UV reactive as well. Nice. Some rubies. There goes some Uperlite. It's a nice piece of Uperlite. Hey, Gregory. Greenland has many natural volcanic vents great for electric production and cold climate for cooling data centers. Seems obvious. Oh, interesting take there, Steve Hyatt. Cold climate for cooling data centers. I wonder if God will have all the men to be saved does actually mean all saved or just a few be saved. Seems very important. The gospel is good news. Ice pack to next brain freeze. They don't glow but turn purple in the sun. Nice. So Project Iceworm was a top-secret United States Army program of the Cold War which aimed to build a network of mobile nuclear missile launch sites under the Greenland ice sheet. The goal was to install a vast network of nuclear missile launch sites that could survive a first strike. This was according to the Danish Institute for International Studies, which obtained declassified documents in 1996. The missiles, which could strike targets within the Soviet Union, were never fielded, and necessary consent from the Danish government to do so was never obtained. Hi, kitty, kitty, kitty. Do you want to come up here, kitty cat meow meow? Come here. There she is. Hi. There's my pretty kitty. There's a pretty kitty. Hi, baby. She's not purring right now. Arwen can blame AI. What? See, she doesn't like to stay for long. To control the Arctic Passage trade route to flex his zesty orange nuts on China and Russia. Now he can do an hour rant about AI. It's so funny, well made. It makes Arwen look like a fool. What is this? My email has changed. Yahoo bought Comcast and mine was lost in the shuffle. msargentflatearth@gmail. Oh. Sorry for the delay. Was working out. Love and respect. Blah, 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 blah. All bets are off. So your email changed, Mark? msargentflatearth@gmail.com. Okay. Okay. What is this? Support your local Arwen.
Support your local Arwen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Clear his head. Crossbow up, jumper cables hum. His holy sweater never sees the sun.
Oh my god.
Telling the world that it's his to save. He screams a chat, an angry elf. He tells
Oh my god, did he use Arwen going crazy for this? That's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god, is that Nathan? Lex Luthor of Flat Earth. Wow. Wow. How angry did this make Arwen?
Functionaries hold the truth of squared off Earth eternal loops. Magnets move the tides around, or maybe he's just a vile clown. He traveled time to save our race. His magic power sealed our fate. A mystic windows, 7 snob. Real shame that he can't find a job. Support your local Arwen. He practices the technique.
This is hilarious. I'm gonna mute it though, because I don't really want to listen to it anymore. Ew! What is that? Dude, this is hilarious. I'll just say too that this video is making Arwen look like bigger than he really is in real life. He's not that big of a person. I've met Arwen. I went to Amsterdam, remember? Time to take black lights into old world structures. One, two, three, four. Different than the feet I keep in jars. Oh my god. A troll foot. He was yelling at a wall of trolls. I like the goth Arwen. InfoWars toothpaste. He does buy stuff from InfoWars, though, which is kind of funny. Pretty sure he was buying InfoWars products at one point. I had to rewatch the start of today's show to revel in his pain. Did Arwen have another thing where he lost his shit? Poor Arwen. Does he not have his live? Or is this even Arwen? That's not even really Arwen. Super Rage, best of... Oh yeah, number 82. I remember that. The Snot Cave. Where's Arwen's channel? Did he... How come Arwen's channel isn't even showing up for me? Missiles were defunded. He is banned from YouTube. He's only on Rumble. Whoa, when did that happen?
He instantly always jumps in on the flat earth debates every single time, but no, Arwen, no, you gotta be in that special mood, because oh my god, it's so scary with Arwen. So yeah, that was half cut off. Thank you, screw you, you piece of shit internet. Everything's screwing with me, like every time. I wanna grow up in a non-liberal family. I wanna grow up in a non-liberal family.
About a year and a half ago, Arwen was
in a
banned.
non-liberal family.
That's wild, dude. How did Arwen get banned?
The guy basically secretly lusting over me, like putting his hand on my shoulder, like, "Oh, you're such a great Spartan." And it freaks me out. It freaks me out because I want to kill him. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. Stop talking about it and do something.
Oh my god, poor Arwen.
Kill them all! No! Slice them open! Do it! Just get rid of them all! And do it fast! Don't fuck around! Get rid of them! Stop talking about it and do something! Get your goddamn shotgun, whatever the fuck you got, knights, and just go to them and freaking kill them all! No! Stop them to death! I can't handle it anymore. This world can't be like this.
Anyway, yeah, that's Arwen. That's Arwen. Oh my word. You don't remember Arwen? Arwen used to be part of like the flat earth debates. He would be on the panel with Nathan Oakley and Mind Eraser or whatever his name is. Quantum Eraser. Mind Eraser. Quantum Eraser, yeah. Killing who? Yeah, we've known Arwen for a long time. Quantum. Thank you, Dr. Law. Oh my goodness. Man, I tell you what. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. People are crazy. People are crazy, yo. People are crazy. Arwen is a douchebag. Arwen is a weird dude. He's just as weird in real life as he is online. I'll just put it to you that way. Insane in the membrane. Yeah. Yeah, man. Too funny. Greetings from Chile. We're all weird. Yeah. I hear you, boy.
Behold the fascinating Arvin, the Dutch elf from Utrecht, a peculiar specimen of the digital wilds. Known for his chronic tardiness, Arvin begins his live streams not by the clock, but by some mystical force only he understands.
Oh my God.
Or ignores. Draped in his trusty, hole-ridden jumper, he performs his signature move, crunching loudly on his Illuminati croissant, as if the noise alone holds cosmic significance. When the show finally starts, Arvin dives into his dark world theories, nonsensical tales of non-local holograms and conspiracies too wild to follow. Between awkward pauses and mysterious mid-show vanishing acts, he preaches physics without textbooks and promotes his sea moss and fish oil remedies, which cure nothing but his audience's patience. The Ferret Legion strikes with precision, exposing Arvin's every flaw. Their relentless trolling leaves him flustered, spiraling into chaos and despair. Paranoia reigns supreme as he bans chat participants left and right, convinced every comment is a troll's trap. The ever-scheming Roger and Duper, Terret, Zepp and Moxie keep him on edge, masterfully disguising themselves to fuel his confusion.
I have no idea who any of these people are.
He claims to be a shaman, oracle and wizard, but his magic lies only in his delusions.
Oh my God, Arwen with laser eyes is hilarious.
After the trolls dismantled his YouTube empire, Arvin now broadcasts to an audience of none, his glow-lit face a testament to whimsical futility. Truly, Arvin is a marvel of modern laziness, a self-sized legend, and a cautionary tale of absurdity. So grab some popcorn and a drink, lay back to hear this foolish tard spew nonsensical gibberish for the next 3 hours.
Retardwin. Poor Arwen. Oh. Such a tortured soul, young Arwen. I actually wore that same outfit to the FE meeting in 2019. I smelled the sweater. Oh my God, boy, I know. I know. Have you seen Arwen when he's raging out of control? It was psychotic and deranged. No. He's on Rumble, you say? Would some of his deranged stuff be on Rumble? Let's see. Here, this one's got 1.6 thousand views, so something tells me that he lost it on this one. 1.62 views, 1.61 views. I'm guessing the ones with the high view count are the ones where he's losing his shit. Here's 1.93 thousand views. Interesting.
Some slight upturn. New Americans have all their but, and I mean, Shinto is definitely from that. I mean that.
He disappeared. Okay. Why does this have so many views? 1.1 thousand thumbs down. I don't understand how this even has so many views. Like, what is going on
here? The idea of frequency, being in a frequency, finding.
How bizarre. Just how bizarre. Same as when Brendo would rate the first one. Road trip to Virginia Beach. See, it's weird because he's like got a video here that's got 109 views, and then this one's got 1.4 thousand views. And then they all have like 1,000 thumbs down. Like, how is that even possible? Is somebody trolling Arwen? I mean, how does he even have these views? He only got 292 followers. Bizarre. 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 And then he's got his early bird show, but then he doesn't have any videos on that channel. That's weird. Oh. Strange cat. The crazier ones are actually the ones that aren't real. Until you wish you never got to know them. The narcissist. They tend to look good, be charismatic. Oh, I know. I was married to one. Clearly a closet gay. Raids to thumb him down. Who got arrested? Apparently a guy made a band with AI and then he used a ton of bots to listen to the music to make money. Oh yeah. Dude, there's like entire bands on Spotify where the whole thing is AI. Like somebody's making stuff with AI and people buy the music and they listen to it. And I just don't even understand how. There's nothing I've heard by AI that is like, I love that. I'm going to rock out to that every single day. I mean, I use music on my show from AI, but it's like background music. It's not like we're like, you know, having an emotional connection with AI music. Five fucking days. I am so done. 5 days pissed off at the same person. Do you know for sure that people are actually buying it? I don't know. That's just what I understand. Let's see. AI bans on Spotify. The AI band The Velvet Sundown has gained significant attention on Spotify with over 1.4 million monthly listeners. Really? I don't even use Spotify. So let's search. Velvet Sundown. Well, this says only 162,000 monthly listeners. What did this say it was? 1.4 monthly listeners, but then if you go to Spotify, it says there's only 162,000 monthly listeners. Oh, it just has, some of these have over 1 million views. This has 4 million listens. Velvet Sundown is a synthetic music project guided by human creative direction and composed, voiced, and visualized with the support of artificial intelligence. This isn't a trick, it's a mirror. Oh, with a little picture of Pan. Yeah, nice. So I don't know how many people are buying it, but people are listening to it. I don't know if they know or I don't know. I'm not even going to play it. I don't want to hear it. There's some kind of thing about bots listening to music on Spotify. It's like a scam or something. Probably. When's the last time you saw Arwen there, Voy? Have you seen Arwen lately? I know you live in the same town as Arwen. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard just pulled their music from Spotify and an AI version replaced them. You had to buy a wrench on his channel for 25 euros and to unban was 50. Oh my god. You could just make a sock account. The new pandemic with AI is going to be hilarious. Oh god. He lives in the city now. AI bans are fooling millions on Spotify. Rock band with more than 1 million Spotify listeners reveals it's entirely AI generated down to the musicians themselves. Velvet Sundown. Revealed on Saturday that nothing about it is real after fans of the up-and-coming artist noticed there were virtually no traces of any people associated with it online. This is from July of 2025. So they were fooling people for a while. Britney Spears just got cast to play Black Panther. Looks like your earthquake